Here are 3 easy ways that you can make a sourdough starter for yourself. If you're like me, you may have thought this was hard, that it had to be passed down from ancient generations, or that it takes too much time. The recipe is dead simple. Equal parts water and flour, no matter what you do. Method 1. Using measuring cups. When we talk about equal parts, that is measured by weight. Water is heavier than flour, so therefore, in measuring cups, I'm using half a cup of flour to 1/4 cup of water. This is a great starting ratio and will get you in the ballpark of where you need to be. People commonly overthink this. They think if the ratios aren't exact, it's going to fail. It won't. Flour has food for the yeast, and the water brings it all to life. I've seen people using all sorts of consistencies, but generally you're aiming for a thick pancake batter. We are going to get our work area cleaned up, and then next I'll show you how to get more exact using a kitchen scale. Measuring in grams makes this more repeatable and removes any guesswork. It's best to start by recording the weight of your empty jar, and that way with a simple calculation, you always know how much you have in it. I start by tearing out my scale with the jar on top. I add 50 grams of flour. I like to use whole wheat and white, but you can use whatever you like. Whole wheat flour will have more nutrients for the wild yeast inside. Then I add 50 grams of water, bringing the total to 100 grams. Now, we're just going to mix it up, scrape down the sides, cover it, and leave it on the counter. Next up, my favorite method. Just go for it and use your eyeballs. No fancy kitchen scale, no measuring cups. In this example, I'm showing that you can just use what you have. I'm using a drinking glass. I put a couple of scoops of flour in, a little dribble of water. I mix it up. I see that it's a little too thick. I add a little bit more water, looking for a thick pancake batter consistency. I have no lid for this cup. I'm just using a piece of tin foil over the top. No fancy tools, no fancy ingredients. Maintenance is going to look different for everybody depending on how much you bake. I feed my starter in the morning, I use it in the afternoon, and I repeat the process daily. This routine gives me fresh dough every day without the accumulation of discard. If you don't use it often, keep it in the fridge and pull it out 8 hours before you need it. Feed it and it'll be ready to go. It's flour, water, and time. Trust me, you can too.